Hi everyone. For some reason before I started making this video, I accidentally pressed the screen recorder app, um, and exit out of it. And I'm not gonna touch it twice. No, never. But anyway, today I finally have something to talk about involving Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. Even though FNAF theories have been absolutely insane, people keep on coming up with them day, week, month. It's honestly becoming exhausting to the point where I would just want to roll my eyes in disgust and not focus on anything. Especially due to Secret of the Mimic. Secret of the Mimic has already gotten a full story that's said and heard in the actual game. It's not like secondhand information. But without boring myself of watching people play the game and going through piece after piece, I would just go to the wiki fandoms and straight up copy and paste some of their wording onto my Wattpad story. Sounds stupid and sort of cheating, but it's way much better than having to go through hours of people playing the game and trying to find every single hidden thing in the game. I don't know. But basically, Secret of the Mimic has a full story. There's no like mystery. There's no like supernatural horror. None of that. No. There's no mystery. There's a full story explained, and it's since it's during the 1970s, and William Afton is still alive. We get mentions of William and Henry Emily, where Fazbear Entertainment had their shtick ever since the 1970s. And since William Afton and Henry Emily were basically the co-founders of not only Fredbear's Family Diner, but Fazbear Entertainment, they stole almost everything. And they didn't actually steal everything from Edwin's warehouse by themselves. It was mostly them stealing employees and then have the employees steal Edwin's stuff and take property of his land, of his house, his warehouse, everything. And be absolute assholes. It's not Henry's fault. Well, technically, but it's mostly William's fault. You need to know that William Afton was just born evil. He is an absolute parasite of a man. And him stealing and manipulating his way into Edwin's life, honestly, it fits him to a T, and I'm not even kidding about that. It fits him perfectly. And if people had to say that William caused the death of Fiona during the Fall Fest fire and ran over Edwin's son David, then I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I made a theory thinking that David Murray was the one you shouldn't have killed in Ultimate Custom Night. And that might actually make some sense. But there are problems due to Scott Coffin created FNAF 1, to Ultimate Custom Night. And the Steel era is basically just help wanted to Secret of the Mimic. But canonically, Secret of the Mimic and the Steel era is canon to Scott Cawthon's FNAF universe. Yeah, probably. So, if David Murray was the one you shouldn't have killed in Ultimate Custom Night, I would think it actually makes a lot of sense. But anyway, so there was this theory called Arcade Conspiracy, where, Arcade Conspiracy was said in Security Breach due to Princess Quest, but this has actually became a theory involving Edwin Murray, and Edwin Murray is supposedly Old Man Consequences. And for some reason, they also think that Ultimate Custom Night is like a game, an in-universe game. And I actually thought about it myself. Since William Afton is supposedly the main protagonist in Ultimate Custom Night, he's suffering in a purgatory, an internal prison in his own hell. In a hell that the one you shouldn't have killed, the vengeful spirit, created for him to torture him. And you know what? For Ultimate Custom Night to be a in-universe game, similar and including FNAF World, especially with 5 Laps at Freddy's, honestly, it makes sense. Let me explain. So we already know that the souls that the children that William killed, their spirits have their souls split due to the remnant. And I'm pretty sure that William suffers the same fate. His physical body still exists. Yes. Barely. But his spirit, his main spirit is in hell. But his soul split, and one of the souls is trapped in this purgatory, this in-game universe, this in-universe game purgatory that the one you shouldn't have killed created specifically for William. And maybe, a spirit can have multiple souls, right? So William Afton's main soul, trapped in hell, one of his souls, trapped in an in-universe game purgatory, and the other, basically in the Mimic, a Mimic program that manifests into Springtrap. No, Glitch Trap, I mean. And you know what? I actually like this theory. I at first thought it was stupid because, honestly, I was just getting tired of hearing FNAF theories, especially about Secret of the Mimic, and how everything connects to Secret of the Mimic. Like, people, calm down. Yes, Secret of the Mimic at first confused a bunch of people and and questioned them of rethinking the FNAF timeline, or if anything was even, I don't know. But there is a full story to the Secret of the Mimic. There's no mystery. There's no supernatural possession. No, none of that. It's a straightforward story, actually explained in the game, and there's no secrets, no like hidden lore or stuff like that. There's barely any mystery to them, barely any theories. But people still theorize about Secret of the Mimic regardless, and you know what? That's fine. I don't care anymore. But Arcade Theory, I actually like. With Ultimate Custom Night, Fnaf World, and Five Laps at Freddy's being in-universe games, that would actually make sense. Because realistically, William Afton would obviously be in hell. Henry Emily says so himself. The darkest pit of hell is here to swallow you, old friend. So William Afton's spirit would most likely be in hell. Meanwhile, his split souls would, one, be in a in-universe game purgatory, and the other would be in a anomaly naming glitch trap brought on by mostly the mimic program. And you know what? I'm fine with this. I'm completely fine with this. I like this. You do you. But I don't... No, wait. Actually, never mind. I'll think of something. Anyway. Okay. So, quickly, I want to explain, so I thought of yesterday, and since FMAO was... I understand that, My Street Season 7, Season 7 is going to be released in, like, late 2025, and that it's going to be a fully animated series, and I'm actually fine with this, but I'm a little worried about it. Especially since they now also have Season 8 on the way, which, okay, that's fine. And I'm just like, is Season 7 gonna be a part 1 to the series ending? I don't know. But anyway, I thought about everything involving AFMAO and my character Quinzel to an extent. So I thought that, Quinzel looks way much better like this, taking place in the 1970s instead of the 1960s. She would still wear vintage fashion from the 1930s and 60s, but she would more likely look like this, mostly due to her hair. And you know what? I would actually like this. And I thought, so in the Winky fandom involving the AFMAO characters, for some reason, Aaron and AFMAO in the Winky fandom, is said to have a 2-year age gap instead of 4, which is better, but still, a 4-year age gap is nothing to complain about. Seriously, people, calm down. And I thought of, you know what? I'll explain this in the next video. Yeah, it's probably too late to ask. Anyway, that's all for this video about mostly a FNAF theory that I now like. If you enjoyed this video, good. If you didn't, that's totally fine. I have nothing against that. Please stay safe. Please. Stay at home, stay away from protests, segregated areas, and don't forget to smile. Be positive. See you in the next video. Bye.